Welcome to Subeezy, Subjects Made Easy. In this Math Principles lecture, we will discuss conversions. One of the most important skills is to make sure all of your units match. If you are given a question with time in seconds, but all of the answers are in hours, you must be able to convert from seconds to hours. Being proficient with your units is also helpful for whenever you get stuck on a problem. When you get stuck on a math problem, often you can eliminate 1 to 2 answer choices if you can recognize that they are in the wrong units. Some common conversions are the following. So let's now discuss how to convert. Think of converting as canceling out the unit that you do not want. For example, how many inches are in 7 feet? Well, we want to go from feet to inches. So we want to cancel out feet. To do this, we want to divide 7 feet by feet. When you have one unit in the numerator and that same unit in the denominator, they cancel out. So if we multiply 7 feet by the fraction 12 inches per 1 foot, we see that we have feet and feet, in this case foot because it's singular, but it's the same unit on separate sides of the fraction. When you divide, you can cancel them out. So we can cancel out feet with foot, and we are left with 7 times 12 inches. We want our answer to be in inches, so we need to cancel out feet. How many minutes are in 1 day? Now, you shouldn't be expected to have how many minutes are in 1 day memorized, but you should know how many hours are in 1 day and how many minutes are in 1 hour. So here we can do the same thing that we just did for feet to inches, but do it in a series of 2 steps. Go from days to hours and from hours to minutes. So if we multiply 1 day by the ratio 24 hours to 1 day, we see that we have the unit day on opposite sides of the fraction. We have day in the numerator and day in the denominator, so we can cancel out day. But the question didn't ask for the total number of hours, it asked for the total number of minutes. So now we are going to multiply hours by the ratio 60 minutes per 1 hour. And now we have hours in the numerator and hours in the denominator, and we can cancel those out. So what we end up with once we cancel out all of these units is 1 times 24 times 60 minutes. Our leftover unit is minutes because we did not cancel out minutes with anything. And this is the unit that we want. How many minutes are in 1 day? The answer is 1,440 minutes. Now, converting squared or cubed units is a little trickier. Consider the following. A sphere has a volume of 1,000 meters cubed. What is its volume in millimeters cubed? The key is to recognize that meters cubed is equivalent to meters times meters times meters. Anything cubed is just itself times itself a total of 3 times. If you had 3 cubed, it would be 3 times 3 times 3. So the unit meters cubed is really meters times meters times meters. If we want to go from meters to millimeters, we multiply by the ratio of how many millimeters per meter. But when you have the unit meters cubed, where there are 3 meters multiplied together, we do this 3 times. We multiply by the ratio of millimeters to meters 3 times. So to convert 1,000 meters cubed to millimeters cubed, we need to multiply by the ratio 1,000 millimeters per 1 meter 3 times. There are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. And when we multiply by this ratio, and we keep meters in the numerator and meters in the denominator, we can cancel them. But since we have meters cubed, we need to cancel it 3 times. And the 3 meters in the denominator cancel with the meters cubed in the numerator. And we are left with 1,000 times 1,000 millimeters times 1,000 millimeters times 1,000 millimeters, which gives us 1 trillion millimeters cubed, or 1 times 10 to the power of 12 millimeters cubed. We will discuss volume in a later lecture. Volume deals with units that are cubed, such as meters cubed. So now let's go ahead and conclude this lecture on conversions with the key points. First, you must be skilled at converting between different units, which requires you to multiply whatever unit you are wanting to cancel out by a ratio that has that unit on the opposite side of the fraction. So in the examples that we saw, we kept that unit in the denominator in order to cancel out the unit that was in the numerator. Second, memorize the common units. You should not be asked any question that deals with units that are outside of the units that we provided in the table in this lecture. And third, for squared or cubed units seen in area and volume problems, you need to do the same conversions twice for squared or 3 times for cubed. We did an example volume problem that dealt with cubed units. This concludes the Subeezy lecture. Thank you for watching, and be sure to do the practice problems.